Booker T and the MGs.
No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you've come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Good morning, Unity Renaissance. What a beautiful day, right? Glad we're all here. Please stand and join us.
Sisters, we have come. Hearts and minds are open, voices sing.
in the world. We have come to stand united. We have come to stand in truth. We have come to stand in the presence of God.
You got it. Now let's add our hands. Ready?
We have come to be together. We have come to be renewed. We have come to feel alive in the world. We have come to stand united. We have come to stand in truth. We have come to stand in the presence of God. We have come to stand in the presence of God.
Give yourselves a hand. Speaking of God,
Speaking of whom?
God.
Thank you. Good morning. Oh, they're out here, Richard. Just, thank you. Well, welcome to this bright, sunny, this beautiful day. Okay. You know, what I really want to do is welcome each of you home to Unity of Renaissance here in Chesapeake, Virginia. And know that it's here where we can find love and understanding. Know it's here where we can transform our lives because we understand that what we teach is practical, progressive, and positive Christianity as taught by Jesus, our wayshore. And so this morning, let's just relax into being here together, feel one another, and feel the spirit of who and what we are. And so we understand and we know that we have a mission statement, that we are, together, a spiritually awakened child, peace, love, and joy. Amen. Thank you. And then we also have our vision statement. That, if I may have said it backwards, vision statement, right? Okay, thank you very much. I'm looking at Lisa, and she's giving me all the signs. So anyway, thank you. Together, we are transforming the lives and transform the world. And that's what we're doing. So let's pray together as we start this service and come into this moment through the energy of Spirit itself. And as we do, we give thanks for this beautiful day. We give thanks for this opportunity to worship together, to share our lives together, to love one another fully with understanding, care, and compassion. We know that we are creative. We know that we are community. And because of that, we now relax into this moment to share together a message on how we can live better, a life even better than we expected. And so it is. Amen. What's next?
Well,
You're going to sing, aren't you? Okay, thank you.
everybody repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now.
That's a real New Thought song. New Thought songs are affirmations put to music. And our man, Harold Payne, who we're going to hear this Friday night. It's one of his more popular ones. Ready, guys? 2, 3, 4. Let's all stand.
Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me.
Where?
Right here,
When?
right now. Oh, something wonderful. Ooh, something wonderful is happening to me. Right here, right now.
Where can you feel it?
I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my heart. And it won't let go.
No,
something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now.
Where do you feel it?
I can feel it in my
Feel
body.
it in my heart.
I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my heart. And it won't let go.
No, no, no.
Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Ooh, something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. And now is the time in the service where we get to turn and greet our neighbor with a friendly handshake, a bow, or a hug. And please repeat to them the divinity salute. The divine in me greets the divine in you, and we serve and celebrate together for the glory of God.
If you want to add a mon at the end, for the glory of God, mon. Here we go.
All this love inside, we can let it shine. Something wonderful, something wonderful is happening to me.
Where?
Right here, right now.
Something
Something wonderful, yeah, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now.
Everybody together, ready?
Something wonderful.
That felt wonderful.
That felt wonderful.
I don't know if you all are pumped, but I am. That was awesome. You music team. Awesome, awesome. Good morning, Unity Renaissance, and hello to all of you at home watching in your PJs. My name is Margaret Jenkins, and I am humbled to be your platform host today. And I don't know about any other platform host, but every week, every time I have an assignment, the word that I get is always so appropriate and resonates with my soul. Today, the word is appreciation. Will you please join me in our affirmation? I appreciate the good in my life. Whew. When someone admires my efforts or thank me for something helpful that I've done, I'm happy to know that I have blessed them. Recognizing how good it feels to be appreciated, I remember to express my gratitude and appreciation to the people who have blessed me. Unity Renaissance. I appreciate my friends and family by nurturing those relationships. I appreciate my community by being a responsible citizen. I appreciate the natural beauty of the world for caring for it and for taking the time to actually enjoy it. The people, the places, and the things I appreciate becomes more precious as I discover that each reflects God's presence and God's activity in a uniquely beautiful way. I am grateful to have so much to appreciate. Our scripture verse today comes from Romans, the 12th chapter, verse 10, and it reads, "Love one another with mutual affection. Outdo one another in showing honor." If you are in need of prayer support today, we have several options available for you. You can submit a prayer request online by going to unityrenaissance.org, or you may call Silent Unity, or it's called Unity Prayer Ministry, 24 hours a day. That number is 816-969-2000. And for those of you who are privileged to be here today in person, we have two wonderful prayer chaplains. Would our prayer chaplains for today please stand? And after the service, they will be located in the chapel, which is just outside the sanctuary, just past the bookstore. And now, if we could ask you to please stand and sing the Lord's song.
Holy Creator, we praise your name. Your will in heaven and earth the same. Supply our needs, Lord, from day to day. Let your forgiveness light our way. Lead us away from temptation's goal. Deliver us, Lord, into your fold. For all the kingdom, power, and praise, with you began and with you stays. Holy Creator,
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
your will in heaven,
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
supply our needs.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts,
Let your
as we have also forgiven our debtors.
lead us away.
And lead us not into temptation,
Temptation's goal.
but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever.
For all the kingdom, power, and praise, with you began and with you stays. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Please be seated.
Happy Earth Day. You all have a part to sing here. Goes like this. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the morning light. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the night. Talking to the earth. You get it? Here's Boyle.
Turn me into a new sunrise. Turn me into the light of morning. Turn the earth when I close my eyes. Turn me into the night. Turn me earth to the blackbird's trill. Turn me into the light of morning. Round again to the whippoorwill. Turn me into the night. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the morning light. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the night. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the morning light. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the night. Through the the seasons we will go. Turn me into the light of morning, summer rain and winter snow. Turn me into the night, spinning light and dark. Turn me into the light of morning. Turn me earth around your star. Turn me into the night. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the morning light. Turn me, turn me
Into the night.
Turn me into the night. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the morning light. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the night. Mother Earth, your child I am. Turn me into the light of morning, and I was born for this dance. Turn me into the night. Round and round the sun we fly. Turn me into the light of morning. Thank you for this life. Turn me into the night. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the morning light. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the night. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the morning light. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the night. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the morning light. Turn me, turn me, turn me into the night. Turn me into the night. Turn me into the night. Turn me into the night.
Happy birthday, Mother Earth.
I didn't say Happy Earth Day. Is it Earth Day today? Pardon? Happy Earth Day tomorrow. Thank you. I thought it happened on Sundays. What happened? They changed something? I don't know. Anyway, pardon? Every 7 years it comes on Sunday. Okay. For a music director, you're full of information, you know. Yeah, okay. So, there was a guy who was on a train, and it was a Sunday morning. And as the train slowed down at the station, he got up to get out. And the conductor said, "Sir, I'm sorry, but this train does not stop here, it just slows down." The guy looked really disappointed. He said, but my daughter's going to meet me here. He said, "Okay, fine, I got an idea. It really does slow down. What I will do is I will help you down, but you've got to start running while you're in the air." So he grabbed him by his coat, and he grabbed him by his seat of his pants, and he held him out over the train, and the guy starts moving his legs, puts him down, and sure enough, it works. Matter of fact, he's got so much momentum, he goes past the car where the conductor is and goes to the next car, and he's running next to that. Guy sees him, grabs him by his coat, grabs him by his pants, picks him up, puts him back in the car. It says the train doesn't stop here. You're lucky to get on. That's it. So anyway. What does it say here? No assumptions, please. That's what we're going to talk about this morning. We're going to finish up the 4 agreements, the second session on it. And I need to do a little review, obviously. So let me see how this works. It did work, yes. And so the 4 Agreements is a book by Don, and Don is not his first name. That's a title. It's actually spelled D-O-N with a little d, Don Miguel Ruiz. And Don Miguel wrote this book based on Toltec philosophy and Toltec history and what they taught during the days of the Toltec in Mexico. He is a direct descendant of the Toltecs and is considered to be an enlightened one. And so what he is saying is that if you and I will live to 4 specific agreements, we will improve the way we see ourselves, we will improve the way we see others, and we will actually be able to enjoy life more. And these are not easy agreements, because as you can see here, the first agreement, this worked a second ago. The first agreement is somebody on PowerPoint. Take me to the next one, please. Well, the first agreement, okay, is, be impeccable with your word. We talked about this last week. And basically what that means is you allow the divine that you are, the divine ideas that you have, to become divine expressions in your life and in the world. That's what happens. And when you do that, you then are living in alignment with universal law. You are living in alignment with that which is within you, called the Christ or the I am. And when you're able to do that, now you're beginning to be impeccable with your word. Now, sometimes we, get away from that because we are in the human condition, but it doesn't mean that you're a failure. It simply means that you just got to get a little better with it. And so we have that. The second agreement we talked about last week was don't take anything personally. Did anybody this week take anything personally? Oh, come on. Come on. Yeah, all right, yeah. I did once a day. Anyway, and so don't take anything personally. And what that means, basically, is that when I take something personally, I am believing that what the person said is true. And it may not be. It probably isn't. Or, when somebody says something to me and I take it personally, what's happening is I am then turning around and remembering something from the past that upset me, and then I become upset again because of what happened in the past, not what's happening right now. Now, the third one I want to talk just for a few minutes about is, don't make any assumptions. It's interesting, there's a study that was recently done about 2025 and what people believe 2025 will be like based on our past with the COVID. 47% of the people said 2025 will be worse, the worst year we've had in years. 47% of the people. 39% said it's going to be better. I'm going to listen to the 39%. And then there was a group of people who said, I don't know. 14%, I think, if that adds up. But basically, what's happening is they are making an assumption. And with the kind of world that we appear to be living in today, the way it affects us, what they were really saying is, I don't see not just COVID, I don't see the world getting any better in 2025. The wars, the issues, all the things that are going on in our world that we need to pay attention to. But what they're saying is, I don't have any hope that it's going to get any better. And yet what we know is that we progress, we evolve, we don't go backwards. And understanding it, knowing that, and keeping that in our minds and keeping our values in our minds, we then can say 2025 is going to be the best year I've ever had. It's up to us. What are you predicting? What are you saying? And so the assumption in that kind of case really puts people down, if you would. But it is an assumption. There's another thing about assumptions. They have an iceberg effect. Well, what does that mean? Well, if you look at the story of the Titanic, you know exactly what that means. Okay? That on the top of the iceberg, the tip, is what we see. But below, we cannot see. And we have no idea what's going on down there. And so we live sometimes in an iceberg effect. We look at what's going on or appears to be going on, and we assume that is the truth. And when we assume it is a truth, we then create the bottom of the iceberg out of assumptions. And that can get us in all kinds of trouble. Because when I assume that I'm going to hit that iceberg because it's so big, I can't miss it, then we start to make the assumption that I am not enough, that life is tough, and sometimes it is, that the world is not going to get better, that underneath what I see as the tip of the iceberg, all the issues going on in our lives today, they've been going on for years, by the way, they just promote them better. We know more about it quicker. And so it doesn't mean things are getting worse. It might mean, in my sense, is that I'm getting a better view of what I don't want in my life. And I can change that. I can choose how I live my life and how I show up and what I think and who I am. I don't have to make assumptions to do that. Now, the last agreement he talked about is keep your word. No, it's not. What am I saying? What was that? Do the best you can. And my eyes are doing the best they can. So, as we understand that, do the best you can in a moment. The illustration I like to use is, I'm running a mile, let's say. And in that mile, I can run maybe 5.5 minutes. Then I run that same mile 5 minutes later. Right? I think I talked about this. And so I don't run it in 5.5, I run it in 6.5 minutes. And I'm disappointed in myself. Isn't that silly? Because what's happening is I am doing the best I can in both cases. With our children, no matter their age, do the best you can. And if you make a mistake, and we all do, know that they will forgive you because they love you. And know that you can ask for forgiveness from your children, especially as they get older, especially if there's a disconnect, especially if there's hurt and pain. And it does happen. But cross the bridge. Take the first step if you need to communicate, and not to fix, but to repair what might be misconceptions, assumptions, and that at a given point we didn't do the best that we could. And so doing the best that we can means that I get to try again, that I don't have to be perfect every moment relative to my ability to do something at a given level. And as you do that, you start to feel better about yourself, and you start to do the things that are necessary to repair anything in your world that needs repair. You become aware, and you accept where you are. It's in that awareness and acceptance that we're able to grow and able to become the best that we can be in a given moment. Do not judge yourself. Remember, in your world, in our world, that each of us becomes our own judge, our own jury. We become our own prosecutor, and we become our own defendant. And when that happens, we are living in a world that's been created by culture, not our own world. And one of the things we do as we grow and get older is we start to differentiate how we show up and who we are. We don't always agree with labels that were put on us. I mean, in high school, I was called Four Eyes. Why? Because I had glasses that were about as thick as the bottom of a Coca-Cola glass. I mean, they were really heavy-duty glasses. And So some of the kids would tease me about that. And then I had red hair when I had hair. You know? Yeah. So anyway, what happened is that I took that personally, of course, as a young person. But as I grew up, I realized that wasn't who I was. I'm not my glasses, you know? I'm not my hair. I'd like to have more. But I'm not that. I'm not even how I look. I'm something beyond that, something more than that. And as I started to grow, I started to understand myself and look at myself and begin to understand who I am and what I am. Exactly what you are love. Exactly what you are integrity. Exactly what you are creativity. Exactly what you are divine. And as I grew into that and started to understand that, it gave me a perspective on myself that really gave me the ability, I think, to be a lot more objective and yet have the emotions that go with it. When I applied here at Unity Renaissance, a question was asked me, in your ministry, did you ever have a moment where you really felt like you messed something up? You know, did something wrong? And what I wanted to say, well, oh no. Would that have been a lie? And what came to me was a situation where there were two people at odds in the church. And some of my training has been to be really objective, to go into objectivity with no emotion. And both of the people heard me, but they didn't feel anything coming from me. And so they felt hurt. Over time, I realized this, and I made amends with each of those individuals and recognized what I had done and asked for their forgiveness. And all of a sudden, we were able to talk again. And then it gave them the ability to talk to each other because they trusted me, bring them together. But for a couple of weeks, they were like, you know, what's going on here? You're supposed to be my friend. You're supposed to be my minister. And what I was an objective individual sitting there listening to the story and showing no emotion whatsoever because I wanted to be fair. Okay? And so as we begin to understand in our relationships that we make mistakes, we then can turn around and change those mistakes. And we can be even better than we were before. Now, I ask a few questions here, and I'm going to warn the camera people I'm moving to the platform. And the first question I ask is, my whole life I have struggled with feelings of inadequacy, particularly when around people in positions of authority or those whose intelligence I feel far exceeds my own. How can I make a lasting change in this area? Believe who you really are. If somebody called you stupid one time in your life, especially when you're a child, and it hurt, and it was somebody you respected, then what happens is you carry that with you. And over time, maybe you do know that you really are intelligent. You got great grades in school, you got great grades in college, you do great work, and you know you're intelligent. But if your boss says to you, you are acting stupid, how could you act that way? It will bring back that statement that was given to you as a child. And you may find yourself getting angry. What we really have to do is understand that we are adequate. Understand that we do not believe about ourselves what that person is saying. Understand that person doesn't really know us that well. I don't care if they've worked with us for 10 years. They really do not know us that well. And if I know myself, then I can just say, oh, that's interesting. I am stupid sometimes, and laugh, rather than getting all uptight or wanting to quit the job. So as we have that kind of question, we start to understand that The biggest thing is that you are fine just the way you are, and that each of us is, that we are filled with love and understanding. The next question is, I am doing my best not to take anything personally. I understand it's not about me, but when people criticize me or say something hurtful, I still really feel awful. What am I doing wrong? Oh, well, you're being human. But you know what you're doing? You're believing that person is telling you the truth. And they may not know you that well. Or you're comparing yourself to someone else. You know, when I'm on a golf course, I do not compare myself to Tiger Woods. And neither would Tiger Woods, okay? And so if I try to play golf and feel like I should end up under par, like Tiger Woods does sometimes, then I'm going to be disappointed in myself. I'm not going to be happy with my game, and I'm going to stop enjoying what I enjoyed the most in my life when it comes to sports. It's my choice. If I do the best that I can, I'm doing fine, and not take anything else personally. Remember, when we take something personally, we are buying into what the other person is saying. We're forgetting that they really don't know us, and I don't know them. We're forgetting that what they're saying to me is, you know, I'm telling you what I believe about you because I believe it about myself. I'm coming from my experience, not your experience. When I start to think of it that way, I can then allow myself not to take things personally, not to get caught up in what somebody else thinks, because really it's not important. Then the next question, how do I develop the discipline to apply the 4 agreements? Practice. Practice. And again, don't get discouraged if you keep it for one day and the next day you're off. The nice thing is you can be aware and you can be accepting of what happened. And then we can step into this awareness and say, oh, I wasn't keeping my word. I may want to go and make amends. I may want to straighten it out if it's really important. Or I may say, you know, I didn't keep my word with myself. And so I forgive myself. I don't judge myself. If it comes from somebody else's viewpoint, I can forgive that person and not judge myself or judge them. Because part of the 4 agreements is being all about how I show up based on what I believe. You know, in unity, we have certain values. We have love as a value here at Unity of Richmond, Unity of Renaissance. Whew, the years go by. Unity of Renaissance. We have love, and we know it, we feel it, we experience it, and your value says that we're going to share that with one another. We have creativity. We're going to be creative. We have spiritual growth, and that comes in 2 ways. One, there's the spiritual growth that you experience individually and continue to experience, and that's why you come here for 30, 40 years. Because you know there's always this opportunity to grow spiritually. And then there is another spiritual growth that I would mention to you, and that is, and you experience this, that is the growth of the ministry itself. And so as I start to understand this opportunity to grow, I start to live within my value system. I begin to see myself showing up. I begin to feel myself showing up. And when I do that, I'm able to step in and be the Christ that I am. Each and every one of us can do that. We're all doing it here at Unity Renaissance. I see it. If nothing I have learned about Unity Renaissance is that you guys have values and you live by your values, that you are people who care for one another. I mean, sometimes we get requests about somebody who maybe has an issue, a health issue, or whatever it might be, and people want to help them out. And they got like 5 ideas will come up all at one time on a phone call. And sometimes those people don't want that help. So in our caring, we have to listen to what they want and not assume what they want, right? And that's important. At the same time, we are doing the best we can. Each and every one of you are doing the best you can to support the people in this ministry. And it's beautiful. It is a beautiful picture to behold, especially as an interim minister. And so I congratulate you on that. And your spirit, your creativity, I mentioned that. And then you have community. Boy, I don't know where you can go anywhere else to have any more community than you guys have, okay? Every night of the week. In the daytime. On Sundays. We have community. And one of the things that's a key ingredient to community is having lunch together, sitting and nibbling something together and talking. That's an important part of community. When I was in El Paso, obviously the church was about 70% Hispanic, okay, Mexican American. And what would happen is that we would have a big meal every Sunday. Huge meals, because that's the culture. I only gained 20 pounds during that time. And I had somebody to blame. No. But basically, you see, coming together to commune together is so vitally important. And again, I'm not telling you something you don't know. You do it beautifully. And so to live in these 4 agreements means that we adopt the values that we say we are. It means that we become the mission and the vision that we say we are. And we become aware of it. We become aware of it. And that's the hardest part to do. And when I do that, I am now taking my values, putting them together with the 4 agreements, and coming up with a life that says yes. Life that says, I am the Christ. A life that says, I am love. A life that says, I am compassionate. And so, it's still not going. There we go. Back to the 4 agreements again. So, we're having a class on the 4 agreements. We've got one more class left. Anybody's welcome to sit in if you'd like. We're having some really healthy, I think, and good discussions. And it's a great class. Not because of me, because of the people in it. I want to straighten that out. And there's one more Wednesday, this coming Wednesday night. It's 7 o'clock. And if you haven't been at all, you're welcome to come. It's online. You can get online through our website and try it out. Maybe get just a little more of what are these 4 agreements and why are they important in my life. I'm thankful for the book. I'm thankful for Don Miguel and his son, by the way, who also travels and promotes it, who I had a chance to meet and talk with, and the work that is done and how it blends in so beautifully with unity teachings. It's just a different way of teaching the same thing. You are love. You are life. You are the Christ. Thank you. So let's prepare for this time of prayer and meditation. And as you do, I would like for you to gently, gently close your eyes. And yet at the same time, you hear the music. You feel the energy in this room at this moment and going across the airways to all who are participating. And you know this energy comes through you and is you. You are creating the energy. And that's why you can feel one another and find yourself in this moment of going deeper. Going to that place where you know yourself. Allowing the energy that you are, the spirit that you are, to be released so that you are a divine expression. Released so that you know you have the ability to forgive, to let go, and to live life fully. And in order to completely feel and experience this energy in this moment, let's now go into the silence. Into the silence. And now allow the antenna that you are to feel the energy and to know all is well. Amen.
Flow, Spirit, flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Show, Spirit, show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding love.
Thank you. And so, we come to that part of the service where we have an opportunity. That opportunity is to share of our gifts. You can go on your phone right now. I know it's supposed to be off during the service, but go to your phone, okay? And when you go to your phone, you can go to our app, and you can give through our app. You can also have the opportunity to, you're early, to give by calling this number.
540-418-1228. Text now.
Yes. And also, you can make a gift by dropping a check, cash, or a credit card. Not really. In the back, okay? So thank you for that. So now, knowing that we have made our gift from our hearts and in our minds, let's share together our, excuse me, I'm sorry, unity, or, goodness gracious, offertory blessing. Let's say this together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful.
Give and it's given back to Give and it's given back to you. Give and it's given back to you. Pressed down, shaken together, running over, back in good measure. It's given back to you.
Okay, well, look who's here.
Check,
Fresh
check.
from the audio video board, Mr. George Everett. Welcome up here. So I give thanks every single day that for this place that I have the opportunity to do what I do best and to do it here each week. And when I'm going to feature the band, everybody up here is doing what they do best on this song. And I hope that you all are doing what you do best. The verses are going to tell you how you're going to recognize if you're doing what you do best. Are you ready, George? You need a fist bump? All right, baby. Yeah, here we go. Okay, ready? 1, 2. Let's rock it. This is how I want to spend my time. This is how I want to spend my time. This is how I want to spend my time. Doing what I do best. I'm doing what I do best. Well, if living it gets me high, and if I'm not just getting by, if I'm passing every test, I must be doing what I do best. Oh, this is how I'm gonna pass my days. This is how I'm gonna pass my days. This is how I wanna pass my days. Doing what I do best. I'm doing what I do best. Well, if I never get the blues and life is too good to be true, if the answer is always yes, I must be doing what I do best. Oh, this is how I'm gonna live my life. This is how I'm gonna live my life. This is how I wanna live my life. Doing what I do best. Doing what I do. Tim Walls is gonna do what he does best, right? Here's George Everett doing what he does best. Everett. Well, if this is what I wanna be, and if I do it all for free, if I never wanna rest, guess what? I must be doing what I do best. Oh, this is how I spend my time. This is how I wanna spend my time with these guys. This is how I wanna spend my time doing what I do best. How I wanna spend my time. This is how I'm gonna spend my time. This is how I'm gonna spend my time doing what I do best. Doing what I do best. I said I'm doing what I do best, and we're all doing what I do best. Oh, do it. George Everett, Tim Walls, David Kennedy, Vince DeRosa. That's Amy Warder and, of course, Austin Bowie Black. Well, George is taking a photo op.
Great job. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, George. Thank you for all you do back there, buddy.
Now, I have a question. Is there anybody here for the first time today at Unity of Renaissance? Anybody at all? Looking for a hand? Right here. We welcome you. In the back, we welcome you, okay? And what we want to do is share our gift with you right now. And in that gift are a few items. And also, there's a card you can fill out, and you can go to our bookstore. And when you give that card to them, you will get another gift. So it's 2 today, okay? A 2-for day. So welcome, and we hope that you will return, obviously. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask any of our ushers or myself. Thank you so much.
Miss Margaret, how great to be up here with you.
Likewise.
Thank you.
And as Reverend Bunch talked about the 4 Rise, I'm going to join your club today, okay? So I can read that board back there. Ooh, thank you. Okay, today we're asking you to join us after this service. There's going to be a vegan potluck right after the service. We will also be having a remembrance service for our brother Bill Brooks. And we will be planting a tree in his memory, in his honor. Today, all are welcome to attend. So if you're available, please join us.
Yeah, thank you, Margaret. We may not have the tree planting, depends on the weather, but the tree is here.
The goal is here.
It's waiting to get planted. And now we have a message from Edward Roquist. Ed Rosequist. I know him like the back of my hand. My good friend, Ed Rosequist. Here he is.
So, myself and a few folks have been doing what we do best. And as part of the Board of Trustees, I've been leading a group revising our bylaws. And the bylaws are a big deal. So I want to thank the folks that have been on the committee, Ann DeMichael, Valerie Winters, Reverend Richard Bunch, and Laura Davis for helping this out. We've been working since November to really get the bylaws totally revamped, aligned with the Unity Worldwide Ministries bylaws, but also remembering that we are a standalone church and we need to include those things. That is us. Now, I want to make sure everybody understands that the bylaws is really a contract between the Board of Trustees and you, the membership, on how we are organized and how we operate. And the bylaws can only be modified by a vote of the membership, and that is you. So the Unity Board is calling a special membership meeting for the proposed bylaws revisions coming up on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, at 12:45 here after the regular service. This will be in combination with our normal quarterly community forum, which will provide some additional informational items around the church and what's going on. But the primary task will be to approve the bylaws. We will be streaming that meeting. The membership, you all will be receiving cards in the mail talking about the bylaw revisions. We will be posting the old bylaws along with the new 2024 proposed bylaws on the website tomorrow. So you'll be able to see that. We will also have hard copies posted in the narthex, both the old and the new. So it gives you plenty of understanding. To expedite the meeting on the 5th, I will be holding a deep dive here after the service next Sunday, April 28th, for anybody that's interested that wants to get a better understanding of what our bylaws, the new proposed, looks like, along with what our old bylaws contain and what Unity Worldwide Ministries basically pitch as church bylaws that they recommend. So again, I hope you, if you're interested in bylaws, see to me today, talk to me. If you want to get a little bit better understanding of what the bylaws looks like, join me next Sunday after the service for kind of a 1-hour review on that process. And then I look forward to seeing everybody here on Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, to run through the bylaws very rapidly and get a vote of the membership to get them approved. Thank you.
Thank you, Ed. Okay, now for some more exciting news here at Unity Renaissance. We are going to start this Saturday, the 28th of April. We're going to have Qigong here. It's going to be a 3-part workshop. It's going to be April, May, and June, just once a month. We're asking a $20 donation. The class is being taught by our very own Katie Cook, who we're so honored to have. Yes. And there is a $50 donation requested if you want to take all the classes. If you're already a member in the Tai Chi class, it's $45. But remember, here at Unity, no one is ever turned away, especially because of finances. And if anyone has ever heard of Qigong, it is an amazing, amazing art. So we invite you to please come check us out, even if it's just for one class, to see what you think and if you enjoy it. I think you will.
Great job, Margaret. Thank you. Ooh, I have it easy today. So our cafe concert with Harold is this Friday. We've been talking about him. We've been hearing his music, but now you're going to hear directly from Harold.
It's gonna be coffee, dessert, and a cafe concert with yours truly, Harold Payne. That'll be Friday the 26th of April. Doors open at 6:30 and the concert starts at 7. We'll see you there. I'll even make up a song for you.
Harold's great. I told him 1 minute. That was exactly 1 minute. That's amazing.
Okay, the 12 powers of life. We are going to have a class on Sunday, the 28th. It's going to be from 1 to 3, and it's based on the 12 powers. And our very own Richard McDeasy is going to be the instructor, facilitator for the class. And we're inviting you to come out and learn about the 12 powers. Most of us are familiar with them, but just come out and learn about them and how we can apply them in our lives every day. We are, again, asking a $20 donation, but of course, no one is ever turned away.
And I want to say that the 12 powers, if you haven't heard of them, probably they're very unique to Unity. They're one of our central theology that Charles Fillmore discerned many, many years ago. So it's very unique to Unity, and it'll be a quick tour of the 12 powers. So I hope to see you there, and I'll be speaking that next Sunday as well. Oh, I get to do this one too.
You do?
So we all know Daniel, right?
Yes.
My soul is welcome here. Here goes nothing. Swing wide the doors. We do his music all the time. Well, Harold and Daniel are both passing through. See, they book Sundays on both ends, and then they need a place to play, to get them through the next week. So Daniel is going to be here on May 5th, except in the evening. He's doing a church in the morning. That he's coming here to do a cafe concert for us. This is special because it's Cinco de Mayo, and the Sisterhood is going to provide a taco bar for us, and Daniel is going to just sing his heart out. So we've got one of my favorite songwriters and singers that I know, really, of all, of anybody, not just posse artists. So I hope you plan on that. As always, it's free for a love offering, and come out and hear Daniel in person. He's incredible. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And as you all know, throughout our ministerial search, we have had a member of the Board of Trustees available for questions after the service. That still continues. And this Sunday after service, we have the beautiful Jolene Jolene. She will be available after the service. Yeah, she's famous. After the service for any questions that you may have, you can see Jolene. And now we would like to welcome in our little heartbeats.
We are walking in the light of God. 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 We are walking, we are walking, walking. We are walking in the light of God. We are walking, walking. We are walking, walking. We are walking in the light of God. We are walking in the light of God. We are walking in the light of God.
Wow, good morning, good morning. Hello, how is everybody? Oh, I am so grateful for all things, all things. Let's pray first. Where is my offertory angel? Right in front of me again. Hello, Lucia. Thank you so much. Luciana. Am I saying it well? It's so exotic and beautiful. Okay, everyone take a deep breath. Thank you. Sweet Spirit, thank you so much for all that you provided us for us today. For Miss B, again, who helps keep Miss Mary grounded. For all the volunteers who stepped up. Mr. Jack, last minute, who just saved us back there. And Mr. Russell, who teamed together to teach. Miss Valerie, as always. Mr. Ray, for all that they bring to our teens. For Mr. Ed being available and just not needed this morning in this area. For the rain, oh my goodness, let's be so grateful for the rain because Mother Earth is washing away old and bringing in the new. For all things big and small, we thank you so much, and so it is. Amen. All right, I'm going to start with the teens today. I know we have a teen sharer, Miss Julia.
Today our affirmation was, I am guided by divine wisdom in every thought, word, and action.
One of our 12 powers.
And Toa.
Today we learned what wisdom is. Wisdom is, wisdom. Dang it.
Come on, Toa. You need help. I think he said he can help you. Yeah, I think he can help you. Go ahead, go on, Marion.
Wisdom is knowing.
Okay, wisdom is knowing. That's wonderful. Just love how they support each other. Aren't they the cutest? They're so cute. Little ones. Hello, bright sunshine.
He's choosing to not to say anything.
He's choosing with his wisdom not to say a thing. And that's okay.
That was wise.
So, having a fixed mindset is a mindset you should not have. You should have the opposite of a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset is a mindset that is not using wisdom.
Yay. Thank you. And with that wisdom, oh my goodness, that is so beautiful. A few things that are new in the YFM. We are going to be putting together some blessing bags in June. The children are going to be building them and then donating them and giving them away to the homeless. So there are signs, even in the bathroom, for things that we need donated. So please feel free to put those in bins by the check-in counter of the YFM. It's all on the flyer if you forget, because I talk New York fast. And then we're going to be doing a special service coming up soon, All Together Now service from Mother's Day. So be on the lookout. You do not want to miss it. It makes me cry every time we plan. With that, please stand for the prayer of protection and the peace song.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the